Hello, everyone. This is the It Gets to a Point podcast. And this is your girl, yours truly, Miss Jones to you, Valarie Marie. And we are on our second episode of this podcast that I created the name myself. And I've been had it, and I'm such a procrastinator, but I'm thankful, highly blessed, and favored to be able to create my audience from scratch. And you all come along with me on my journey to It Gets to a Point podcast. The second episode, what we are going to be discussing is no pain, no gain. And when I say no pain, no gain, I mean just that as we get deeper into the conversation and break down the think pieces, because this podcast is all about life. We talk about any and everything, and we give a different perspective. Yes, I get there are a lot of podcasts out here. Yes, I get there are a lot of people having conversation pieces. But for me, most of what I'm going to be talking about, as I stated in the first podcast episode, a delay is not a denial, that it's going to come from a very authentic, organic place. So if I'm going to build my audience from scratch, I have to talk about things to whether it has been a life lesson for me or just conversation that I've had along the way with peers, with family members, with people. These are somewhat touch base on real stories without giving the real story as to how, as we're getting older, me being 41 years old and navigating through life, navigating through my career, navigating through motherhood, it never stops. And it does get to a point where no matter how successful you are, no matter how much you can or cannot be, it gets to a point where we all get burnt out, right? And we all have questions, looking and searching for answers. And I'm going to do my best to give you my viewpoint, to categorize the things that I've heard and experienced and have attested to other people. And it's not easy. As you get older, you just don't care as much, because you've experienced enough throughout your life to understand that it's not going to always be this way. That yes, it hurts temporarily. Hell no, it doesn't make any sense. And that's okay. But it gets to a point where we have to stay locked in and always keep our head on the swivel and know there's going to be times in life where we're going to purge. There's going to be times in life where nothing is going to make sense ever. And I'm just telling you from my experience, but you can't give up. Please, whatever you do, don't give up. No pain, no gain for this particular episode resonates with a very personable experience from this week that I have been feeling. And when I say no pain, no gain, it means that no pain, no gain. Thus, we may go through our trials and tribulations. Thus, we may not understand the hurt in life as we navigate. I'm not going to let you use my pain against me. I'm not going to let you devour me with your cosplay. I'm not going to let anybody make me feel I'm not enough. A lot of times people will play on your pain and profit off of your pain, and you don't even know it. And when you do find out, it's just like, oh my God. And most of the time, it's the people that we have collectively self-expressed ourselves to. Some we assume that were friends of ours, family members. Like, it gets to a point, you see where I'm going with it, where you ask yourself, is it worth it? Is it worth me opening up who I am fully to people that I don't even know? Family members don't know them, because who really takes the time to really show up like back in the day? Who really isn't all about money or finding systematic ways to corrupt the next? Like, where are those genuine, authentic people that are searching high and low for that love? You understand? Searching for something that doesn't pollute the world and the people, but actually add to it. Because it's like we all been pouring into an empty cup, huh? And nobody is getting refilled because we want more and we want more and we want more. Where's the people that where it's enough or make it enough, okay? Where are the people that don't need to have it all the time, that don't need to be main character energy all the time, that it is okay for your next friend to step up? Because you're tired. You don't want to be the main character. You all are beauties. Where are the people that don't live by designated and designed control? Where are those people that actually won't allow people to prey on their pain and will tell you enough is enough? You picked the wrong person now. You may have assumed it was okay. But you can't do me like you've done everybody else. You can't play with me. You can't manipulate me. You can't be in my way. I've grown to understand what that feel means. And I've been through enough within my life to understand as a mother, as a career-driven woman, as a creative, as someone that has poured 100% in everything that I do, that unfortunately I haven't gotten half back the return at which I've given to this life. And that's okay. It used to tear me up that the people I invested into did not invest in me like I did. It used to tear me up when I have tried to apply and gain certain traction and motion after I've given certain companies and organizations years of my loyalty and I didn't get the job. But then I took a step back and I realized that no pain, no gain. And a delay is not a denial, which was the first episode of the It Gets to the Point podcast. And I had to just really sit with myself and say, maybe God is trying to tell me something. Maybe, just maybe, there's a bigger picture, a bigger blessing, a mass opportunity waiting for me somewhere, wherever it is. And I just need to have a little bit more patience with Valarie and understand that it's going to be okay because it has no choice but to be. And I could sit here and feel sorry for myself, but why would I do that when I've accomplished so much alone? That no relationships have defined me. I gotten up and I made it happen. I didn't use being a mother as an excuse. I didn't use feeling different as an excuse. I just kept educating myself. I got my certifications. I got my degrees. I'm in a career that I feel I can thrive in, but I'm a multi-dimensional individual. I just don't do one thing. I do multiple things. I've worked multiple jobs, wear multiple hats, and I can't help it because, God damn it, I'm a Libra. I enjoy having my hands involved in a lot of different things. I love fashion. I write poetry. I write music. I'm a financial advisor through the day. Listen, I draw. Listen, I dance. I mean, God just really just poured me a double dose of creativity, honey. And I'm trying to figure out what to do with all of this energy. But I won't beat myself up on doors that I have knocked on that rejected me. No pain, no gain. Because at the end of the day is going to end. But how is it going to end? When are we going to stop allowing the pain that we feel to say how we're going to have a good day or have a bad day? We have to really just think about it. Are we going to allow that pain to always be in our way? Or are we going to accept that as much as we want something so bad, and we're trying so hard to figure out what the fuck, that maybe we just need to take a step back and just say, you know what? I have to make peace with this thing. And whatever this thing is that feel like it's going to consume me, that won't win. And as much as I do get upset, and sometimes I don't feel that appreciation, collectively, everything that I've put out and give and gravitated to in this world, no pain, no gain. Because I really can't make anybody see me. I really can't make things go and grow into be in my favor. But I can continue to strive and know that I am an imperfect individual that is doing the best that I can with what I have. And regardless of what someone else chooses to do with their time, I'm an individual. I'm a free spirited. I cannot be projected upon or projected on. No pain, no gain. So I'm going to take my pain and I'm going to make it thrive and create power, create an audience, create a movement. I'm not just settling for anything. I'm going to continue to grow regardless of what, when, and where. Because I believe in me. And that's all it takes. When you have divine anointings, when you are protected by something you can't even see, you just have a moment of a crash out, but it's not necessarily forever. It is a temporary thing, a temporary feeling. And in due time, those that need to be exposed will be exposed. Those that need to go will go. Distractions can't get in my way. No pain, no gain. So yes, I'm going to always be there for me. And yes, I'm going to always love me. So we have to continue to find ways to understand the definition of no pain, no gain. Listen, no one is perfect within this world. And we all just trying to figure it out. But what I realize is that I just can't afford or have the bandwidth for nobody to be taking my pain and using it against me anymore. Or just making me feel selectively like my existence is not there, knowing I'm her. Like, how dare you insult me? How dare you think that it's okay to try to project whatever that is that you got going on? That doesn't resonate with me. Because see, being a difference maker, right, comes with a lot. Because you set the bar and you set the tone. And I've been in a position to know that nothing is going to be perfect. And we're going to lose our ish a little bit here and there. Even the people that say they don't crash out, they crash out. They absolutely do. Because at the end of the day, we are human. We're all passionate about something. And we're all just trying to find our way. We just don't like when someone play with us. And we don't like that we don't have many people as we grow through life that we can entrust in to not loosely make us feel like we're going crazy or our ideals are not making any type of sense when we know it makes a lot of sense. But how can I make you believe in me if you don't believe in yourself? If you're not doing anything to like make yourself feel good? And see, a lot of times people will get away or feel a way about you being able to have a gift to know how to get up out that their funk and not allow whatever that pain is to sit and simmer in your heart and in your mind. That put them clothes on, get your makeup done, far thus as a woman, whatever to each his own, put your perfume on, put your cologne on, fix up and feel good. When you look good, you feel good. Someone told me that a long time ago in one of my earlier careers, like, when you look good, you feel good. And it's absolutely true. When you go into a job interview, I hope you're not going looking dingy. If you planning on getting a job or going to the next phase of the interview, when you show up as your best self, the energy of the universe doesn't lie. We are energy beings. So therefore, people look at how you conduct yourself. Look at how you dress. Look at your decorum. Look at your presence. They pay attention to that. And based on how you're coming is how you will be going. No pain, no gain. So sitting in my pain just wasn't going to get it. Crying for hours and hours just wasn't enough. I wasn't satisfied with that. I had to figure out a different way, make peace with my external and internal versions of myself, and realize that I can either sit here and be angry and on a war path for the rest of my life, or I can take every single thing that a person has ever done to put a nasty taste in my mouth, and I can take that and I can figure out how to recreate and make my pain work for me. That I have had to sit here and say to myself, I don't control any narratives or what the next person chooses to do, but I know what I'm doing and I know my heart. And as long as I know I'm conducting and carrying myself with class, decorum, and character when I step into this world, that is all that matters to me. That I can sit up here and allow any secondhand embarrassment or any illusion or delusional projected responses to get in my way. Or I can just make peace with that and say, you know what? I'm going to take all my creative energy, my God-given talent, and pour it and invest into Valarie. And just go for it. And eventually I'm going to attract the people on my level. Eventually I'm going to attract the networks. Eventually I'm going to attract the audience. That nothing is overnight. Rome was not built overnight. Nothing. Everything took time, took patience, and a lot of sacrifice. Nothing worth having is easy. If it's easy, it ain't gonna last long. And that's just me being 41, growing through life and accepting life is hella challenging. And it's not what you do, it's how you grow through it. Are you willing to make the sacrifices in that relationship? Are you willing to deal with those dark areas of yourself and not just keep playing victim or projecting? Like, what can we do to change that broken narrative? What responsibilities and accountability can we have for oneself without the blame game? I really just had to sit there and rest and think. Okay, I got to change it. I got to change what I can change. I may not be able to change you. I may not be able to change how I feel in this moment, but I can change my reaction. Because I can no longer just sit and keep reacting off of that unnecessary rage because I feel so misunderstood, or I feel like life is lifing a little too much to my liking. God is not going to put any more on me than I can bear. And if I've made it before, I'm going to make it again because I believe in me. We stopped believing in ourselves. We started putting so much faith into our jobs, putting so much faith into our family, putting so much faith into relationships. And then when someone disappoints us, we're so broken and we're so hurt. But what did we expect? What did we expect? You expect for people to love you the way that you love you and show up for you the way that you show up for you. But it takes time. I didn't know that at 25. I didn't know that at 35. But I know it at 41 that I have no reckon or no responsibility for anyone's wrong actions, that whatever they choose to do, they will have to be held accountable for that. No matter how it may hurt me in the process, eventually it's going to come back around. Eventually, you're going to have to feel how you made me feel. And it may hurt you even worse because I never had to do anybody how they done me. Like, you have to really be doing something to piss me off. And as a person that is a communicator, if you don't know my love language, if you don't know how I move, if you don't know my likes and dislikes, or you ignore them, eventually I'm going to shut down and I'm not going to care. And I'm going to take collectively every single thing that I've tried with you, and I'm going to pour it into those that appreciate it, including myself by far. That there is a time and a place, as I say all the time on the Grand Scheme of Things Live. Get with me on TikTok, as well as the It Gets to the Point podcast. In episode 1, a delay is not a denial, which we are in episode 2, no pain, no gain. That respectfully, sometimes we carry a bunch of old wounds and we can't necessarily identify how to individualize the next person because we just been so consumed with so much stuff that we start kind of like road mapping out things to be what it is not. Like, I'm not going to be held accountable for something someone else did. That's not me. I'm not going to continue to allow people to pick and choose how they want to show up for me. Let them. In the great words of Mel Robbins, if they don't like you, who cares? If they don't want to be there for you in the way that you need, it just gets to a point, okay, where we can't keep trying and exalting and consuming ourselves with the ways of the corrupt human mankind. Some people are out of their minds. And maybe they just don't know how to love anyone because they was never taught how to. Or maybe they're just not willing. And that's okay, because it's a lot of people out here that are looking for authentic, original individuals that really have a philosophy here and really soul searching deeply within themselves and want to be around people that intellectually are thinkers, are visionaries, or all of the things wherever your creativity resonates. That maybe sometimes the good gets the gooding and the going gets the going, and it's no pain, no gain. That I had to really just sit with myself and say, you hurting yourself, purging your skin, hurting your heart by wanting people to show up the way that you show up. And everybody's not going to do that, Valerie. Everybody's not going to get your vision. Everybody's not going to get your plan. And everybody ain't going to get you, and that's okay. Because when God gave you a vision, it wasn't a group chat. If he wanted everybody to know what it was that was being done for you, he would have sent it in a group chat. But he gave you the vision. He gave you the opportunity in the creativity, and it's your responsibility whether or not you're going to do something about it or not. That I was out here not even knowing I'm giving pieces of me away to individuals and organizations that just don't deserve that version of me. That sometimes you're going to have to be the villain. When you got somebody playing with your time, sorry guys, the swoop is swooping, and you got somebody acting like you need them or you want them or you're not enough, and they forget when you was there, they forget the patience you once had, and they try to cripple you in your responses to make it seem like you have nothing to offer when you have more than enough to offer. You were the offering, okay? You have to remind them and yourself, I always been hurt, and that will never change. I'm going to always love me first, and that will never change. I just refuse to align myself with people that are entirely temporary or want to project on me what they have experienced and try to bottle me up and keep me declining. I'm not declining from nobody unless I crash. Listen, I will crash out myself before I allow you to crash me out. Because there's a level of me being a Libra to where I just can't allow nobody to try to put me in a bracket, because then it's a gotcha moment. The moment you think I'm feeling bad, I pop back up and show you I was never feeling bad. I had a moment, but I don't live in those moments. I don't stay stagnant in those moments. I'm a forever changing individual. I don't want to do one or two things. I want to do everything because I'm gifted and I'm talented and I'm creative. And I wasn't given just one talent. So therefore, where one door is shut, another will always open for me, because I have the vision, I have the personality, I have the aesthetic, I have all of the things. So don't be mad at me because God gave me a double dose of creativity. And because you don't know what to do with your gifts, you think you're going to hold me up with mine. No pain, no gain. I'm going to utilize all my resources. I'm going to always protect myself. Pick the bear. Ain't nobody walking this earth, no title, no money, no power that can tell me how I feel. Because I know I've worked my butt off for every single thing that I have, from relationships to work to parenting. Nobody gave me no silver-handed spoon. Nobody is texting me in the morning, good morning, are you having a good day? And I don't care. I tell myself good morning. I pour into me regardless of the areas that should be poured into, but it's not, because the reach that I'm going to get in the future is going to be impactful. It's not just going to be in my town. It's just not going to be in my city. It's going to impact anyone that click on this episode of this podcast and looking for some inspiration as a matured adult that is very transparent and highly in tune in what it is I want. I'm going to be opening doors for people that I didn't think was possible to open. And I'm not going to apologize for that. We've been apologizing for stuff we ain't never supposed to been apologizing for. Why apologize? Because you're making a difference and creating a change in a very false, corrupt narrative that was never intended to be this way. I want to apologize for a change or going up against those theories and those people that think they're above the program. No one is above anything. That yes, if God want to sit you down and put you in a position, you can get set down. You are not above the program. I'm not above the program. I just know that after a good crash out, after a good plate of food and a little bit of rest, eat, pray, love, forgive, I'm coming back tenfold. Because you can't keep a good woman like me down, that I am the force to be reckoned with. I'm the karma, I'm the mirror, I'm on whatever time you on. It's just that this time I had to sit with myself, cry with myself, and ask myself, is it really worth it? Yeah, it was for that moment and it felt good, but do I want to continue to react this way? Absolutely not. So I have to take that pain and realize the traction that I'm going to gain. No pain, no gain. If anyone's going to profit off of my pain, it's going to be me and me only. No one's going to take my pain and project it on me or try to make me feel victimized or to portray me to be this monster when you know you played a role in how I felt and how comfortable I've been feeling. So you can't put me in a dark space, baby. I shine in the dark or the light. I've made my peace with the dark side of me and I've made my peace with the light side of me. And that's the difference. We get so afraid because we were all taught to be afraid of the dark. We were all taught to not make peace with that villain side of ourselves. Because who's 100% good and who's 100% bad? You just make a choice at which area that you want to have more of. I would rather be at peace, but unfortunately there's been a lot of disruptive, unpeaceful situations that's been going on in my life that has had to have me get a grip on it and tell that thing, no sir, no ma'am, you're not going to come over here playing this time. It is about me. Yes, there are times when I'm going to be selfless and there are times when I'm going to be selfish because nobody's going to consume me. I'm 41 years old. I could have diabetes. I could have heart attack. I could have all of the things going on with me in my health, but I'm refusing to let that get to me because all those health issues come from overly consuming yourself with people, places, and things that you have outgrown, with people, places, and things that never appreciated you, with people, places, and things that is never enough. You give a person an inch, they want a mile. Greedy, overcompensated. It's just so it's never enough. There's not enough couth. Don't post your food if it's going to look nasty. I don't want to see all those plates. Everybody can't make a giblet gravy. Okay? We don't want to see it. Don't post it. Like, there's so much going on in this world. I think we forgot how to be human. I think we got so caught up in work, so caught up in money. Get, move, that we forgot how to be human. We forgot tradition. We got so caught up in technology. We got so caught up in all of the surface level things. We forgot that it takes a village. And people are the real currency and were the currency before currency was currency, meaning dollar bills and paper. That I know who I am at my core, but do you know who you are? I can say I don't have it all together all the time. I can be quite manic. Okay, but I have my reasons for it because when I feel played with and I feel tested, I'm going to always protect Valarie Marie Jones. Absolutely. Because if I don't, who will? That in real time, I would love to be safe. I would love to have a safe team that's operated and functional and don't come with cosplaying, manipulation, and projections. I would love that for me. And it's going to come in due time. But right now, I'm my own team. So yes, episode 2, no pain, no gain. All of this, it gets to a point podcast is 100% Valarie. I don't have a cameraman. I don't have no one tweaking myself. Listen, we're going to grow through this process from start to finish. So when we elevate to episode 10, we can see how after I've invested into the resources to upgrade the podcast, I want to see the growth from start to bottom. Since my life has been taking the long road, why not? Shit, why not? Give it to me. Since my whole life has been the long road, let's go ahead and see the areas as I can look back and say, darn, I've really grown with this podcast. I never knew I could be on TV. I never knew that I would be telling my story to the world. I never knew. So I want to see the growth within me in this podcast. And I'm hoping that you want to go on the journey with me. And then eventually, even if you're a shy person, even if you procrastinate like me, I should have been made this podcast, but it's all about timing for me. It's all about timing, and sometimes the timing just don't be right to do certain things. So I'm okay with that. I'm not pressed, but it do gets to a point, and we could all agree to that. So on this episode, no pain, no gain, I want every single person that's watching to understand that it ain't gonna be easy as you get older. But as you get older, you just see things differently, and you take it a little bit more serious, because when you've given so much to yourself, to this world, to life, it's just like, why am I doing all of this? And the results that I assumed I would get, they're just not coming. But just know they're coming. As I stated in the first episode, a delay is not a denial, but we have to believe in ourselves, regardless of who don't believe in us, regardless who don't want to see us. Always know that trouble doesn't last always, and that no one has the audacity to judge anyone, because everyone has some form of an addiction. Everyone has some form of rage. It just takes a certain person, a certain thing, a certain situation to bring it out. And that's just the truth, that you can act like you got it all together, but nobody has it all together, sweetheart. We all go through troubled waters. We all have made some type of sacrifice. We have all had good and bad days. I don't care how perfected an individual make themselves be. Ain't a soul in this world. I don't care how good your hair look, your skin, your eyebrow, how petite, how curvy. We all go through stuff. And that's just the bottom line. Why? Because we're human and we're allowed to grow through stuff. But it's up to us if we're going to sit there and be stagnant, or we're going to take control. That's the beauty of it. The beauty of the struggle in the ugliness and success. Quote to J. Cole, are you going to sit in it, or you're going to grow through the thick of it? Because it's going to get quite nasty as you get older. Life can be highly nasty and so unapproachable and highly indifferent. And you'll get to side-eyeing. Really? Like, universe, this is what we doing? Like, you really going to play in my face like that for real? But is the universe playing in your face like that for real? Or is the universe really just mirroring where you are? You want a good man, be a good woman. You want a good woman, be a good man, or whatever you choose. To each its own. This is a safe space. No judgment. You can't expect what you don't give. You can't want to be approached but not approachable. You can't want love and communication but highly dismissive. You can't want all of the things but you're not putting forth the action. If you're not doing anything to make a person smile, then why in the world would you want to smile or a KK? It's not going to happen. I know how I feel. And for a long time, I've been very uncomfortable until I've taken that uncomfortable feeling and made my pain be the gain that I want, that the traction that I want, the manifestation of divine favor when it comes to socializing, right? I thought about wanting to take and be in the beauty, but then I'm like, oh my God, do I really want to just use my platforms for beauty? Like, oh my God, like I love getting dolled up. But do I really want to take all that time and do it? No. What else am I good at? Talking. Because I'm really good at that. Yes, I'm really good at that. So I say, you know what? Let me just make my podcast. So that way, everything that I'm feeling, everything that I'm experiencing, the stories that I hear on a day-to-day basis, I can just put that into my podcast. And that can be my niche for right now. Now, thus my niche is going to change because like I say, I do it all. I'm a creative individual. And I'm going to test my own theory and challenge myself to be consistent with my podcast and not use I'm tired when I get off of work and not use I got this going on. I'm just going to keep pouring into myself and see where it goes. And then one day I can look on my YouTube account and it may say $500 in there. Who knows? It's just so many people out here, bro. Like, we don't even know the reach to we have until we do the unthinkable and we give ourselves a chance, regardless of who believe in it or not. I'm going to bet on myself this time because I've made so many sacrifices betting on others and been quite disappointed in the result. Okay? This time I'm betting on me. And I think it's going to be a really good experience because I get to see myself grow and alter and this podcast change over time because consistency is key. Anything that you do and you're consistent with is going to grow. So if I stay consistent, eventually the gate's going to open somewhere. Somebody going to see me. Somebody going to feel me. Now, I'm not expecting for everyone to get my mission. We live in a world with different energies, different people. Everybody got something to say. And a lot of people don't be saying enough or don't have anything they're saying that makes sense. But I want to be in the conversations to where I can tell that young girl or that young boy that, yes, dad may have not been there. Mom may have not been there. But you know what? If I can make it, you can make it. Because I promise you, it has not been easy for me. And if I can make it, I promise you anybody can make it, okay? Because it has been rough, okay? And if I can walk through the valleys of the shadow of death and fear no evil and come out and quantum leap past that demise and that confusion and that projection, baby, if God can help me, he can help you, okay? I promise you. You just can't give up. The minute you give up on yourself is the minute all the dominoes fall. Do it alone. Do it sick. Do it broken. Do it in love. Do it out of love. Do it working. Do it tired. Keep going. No matter the weather. No matter who comes or go. Just don't stop. No pain, no gain. And once you have mastered no pain, no gain, the access that was once a denial, you don't take it personal because you know there's another door that will open for you, that the opportunities that you want, they'll all fall in play. Because why would you want to go somewhere when you're getting the bare minimum? Why would you want to be somewhere and you're not getting what you put in? No pain, no gain. That we have to stop allowing others to profit off of our pain and take our power back. And if someone's going to profit off of our pain, it needs to be us individually, respectfully, collectively. You're not going to use how I feel about myself against me. You're not going to use your responses and your triggers against me to make me feel that I'm not enough. I was born enough. My God told me I was enough. When my grandfather gave me the name Valarie Marie, which means brain stroke star of the sea, he knew what he was doing. Rest his soul, he has transitioned. And even though he's not physically here with me, he's in my heart. All of my grandparents are. They were entrepreneurs. So my grandmother on my father's side was a hairdresser. My dad was a hairdresser. I come from entrepreneurs and very well-dressed individuals. My grandfather on my mother's side owned his own car business, entrepreneur. Like, I'm destined for greatness. It's not on me, it's in me. But my road is not their road. My journey is not their journey. So I take what I have seen within them and I collectively, respectfully say, if they could do it, I can do it. And they were in more hard times. Technology wasn't popping then. And they were still thriving, flourishing. That they took the good with the bad. They didn't make excuses. They still gave love, and they were the love that they wanted, and they didn't put limits and caps on love. See, we put too much limits on stuff. We try to burden somebody or try to persecute a person because they're not moving how we want them to move. They're not talking how we want them to talk. They're not walking how we want them to walk. You can't put a person in a heaven or hell that you've created in your mind, because 9 times out of 10, I'm sure you have something to do with how they're acting, and moving how they're moving, because it gets to a point. This is why we have this name in this podcast. We all get tired. We all need space. And we all just want someone, even if it's just one person, just to hear us out and be as transparent as possible, to understand what is dearest to our heart and not take it for granted. And a lot of people, not the world, the people, take things for granted every single day. Not appreciative is never enough. Oh, I got $1 million. I need 2 more million. Oh, I got the best outfit. I need another best outfit. Like, when does it stop? When does the greed stop? When can we ever be comfortable to know that enough is enough? Or are we just greedy over here? We just can't. We just greedy. We just some greedy individuals that capitalize off of other people's pain or capitalize off of other people's hurt. Like, let's be for real. What are we doing here? So, this episode was no pain, no gain on the It Gets to a Point podcast. And I hope that I was able to attest or give someone some type of clarity. Because, hey, no pain, no gain. Like, don't sit in your pain. Thrive through it. Forgive yourself, because we're going to all make mistakes. And nothing is perfect. It's going to take some work, shadow work. It's going to take some experiences. It's going to take some confusion, more than less, nevertheless. But don't give up on you. Keep going. Accept what it's going to be. I had to really just do that today. Like, for real. Like, is it worth it? Like, is me feeling this strongly? If you don't see it, cool. Somebody gonna see it. If you don't love it, cool. I know everything that I'm doing, and I know I'm going places. And if you can't see it, that ain't my problem. Somebody will. So, no pain, no gain is the second episode to the It Gets to the Point podcast. And I hope that everybody is able to enjoy this week of Friendsgiving, Thanksgiving, or self-giving. Show up not only for your core, but show up for your external and your internal. Don't let them get in your way. Don't let them tell you where your journey stops or ends. Be ye grateful. We are in a week. This is a week. We are in the holidays. People have lost relatives. People are dealing with depression. People are dealing with a lot right now. We need to learn to be considerate of other people's time, because time is of the essence, and it does matter. It may not matter to you how I grieve, but it matters to me. And we need to respect each other's boundaries, and we need to learn how to communicate and stop using our childhoods, delayed responses, and all of the things that we've experienced in the past to hold grudges and get in the way of us shining and being that light for ourselves or others. So I hope we all have a great Thanksgiving week, a holiday, next couple months. Because it's game on. We almost at the end, baby. 2026 is on the way. And I wish you all a very blessed day. And I hope we all are able to have a good week, filled with love, filled with opportunity, and filled with transitionings for the better grain of the good. That somebody gonna get some good news around here. Check gonna be in the mail for somebody. Okay, Cash App gonna hit somebody. Listen, I am hoping we are all able to thrive past that confusion and forgive ourselves so we can forgive others, so we don't have to keep going against ourselves and going against others, and see that it is light at the end of the tunnel. And some of us, unfortunately, have to take the long way. Some of us can get away with taking the shortcuts. Unfortunately, I'm not one of the ones that can take a shortcut. Everything's been a long way. Trust me. So if I can make it, you can make it. Eat, pray, love, grow. and continue to be the best that you can. If you got 70%, make it your best. If you got 80%, make it your best. Just keep going and don't give up. And this settles the score for the It Gets to the Point podcast, episode 2. No pain, no gain. This is your girl, Miss Jones to you, Valarie Marie. You all have a very blessed day, and I hope you all have a great, happy holidays. Take care. Bye.